Hello everyone, as you all know, I like bringing beautiful things. So here is another beautiful problem. We're asked to evaluate this trigonometric expression. Cosine of 11x divided by 2 multiplied by sine of 6x plus cosine of 6x, then plus sine of 11x divided by 2 multiplied by sine of 6x minus cosine of 6x. Given that cotangent x is equal to negative 5 divided by the square root of 11, and this angle x is in the second quadrant, you see, between 90 degrees to 180 degrees. All right, let's get started. So now let us expand. But one thing I have observed, after expansion, you see this cosine and cosine, we have cosine, cosine, sine, sine. So I can bring them together. Then cosine, sine, cosine, sine together as well. So let's get started. So if I should take this and multiply by this, that will give us cosine of 6x multiplied by cosine of 11x divided by 2, right? Then I would like to bring this with sine, sine, this, right? Plus sine of 6x multiplied by sine of 11x and divided by 2. So we are done with the first one. Then the second combination, I would like to connect which one? This. This time this will give us what? Sine 6x, sine of 6x multiplied by cosine of 11x divided by 2. Then here, minus, right? Because of this minus sign. Cosine of 6x multiplied by sine of 11x divided by 2. All right, so what can you remember about this one? Should I write the identity? Cos of the first angle, cos of the second angle. If you have cosine of a minus b, it will be equal to cosine of a times cosine of b. Then, because it is minus, you have plus sine of a sine of b. Can you see that? Almost the same. So it will be a minus b. That is 6x minus 11x divided by 2. So this will be cosine of 6x minus 11x divided by 2. We have simplified this. Then the other one, sine of the first angle, cosine of the second angle, minus cosine of the first angle, sine of the second angle. What can you remember? If you have sine of a minus b, it will be what? Sine of a cosine of b. Then because if it is minus, then you have minus. This time around it will be cosine of a sine of b. So you can also relate it with this one. It will be what? Sine of 6x minus 11x divided by 2. You see that? So if you simplify, 2 times 6 is 12 minus 11 is 1. So this will be cosine of just x divided by 2 plus sine of the same thing, x divided by 2. All right, but how can we simplify this? Remember, we are looking for a value. So let's continue. So I would like to let the whole of this be equal to y. I don't have more space, so let the whole of this be equal to y. So let's square both sides. If you square both sides, it will be y squared. In the end, we are going to take square root just to get our y back because we are looking for y. It will be equal to what? Let me start with sine. First term squared, you know it is commutative, right? It will be sine squared x plus, no, it shouldn't be x. Instead, x divided by 2, right? Then plus cosine squared x divided by 2. Then plus 2, right? Times this times that. So it will be 2 times cosine of, let me start with sine. It doesn't matter. Sine of x divided by 2 multiplied by cosine of x divided by 2. So if you observe, this is our famous identity. Sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta is equal to 1. And hence, sine squared x divided by 2 plus cosine squared x divided by 2 will give us 1. So y squared is equal to 1 plus what? What can you remember about this one again? Remember, if you have 2 sine theta, cos theta, this is the same thing as sine of what? 2 of that angle. So it means that the whole of this is what? Sine of 2 times that. It will be sine of 2 times this angle. 2 times x over 2 will give us x. All right. So the only thing we need to find is sine x. Then we add 1. Then we take square root of both sides and we're good to go. So how can we do that? Let me use right angle triangle. Remember, our angle is in the second quadrant. So let me draw my right angle in the second quadrant. This is our x. So cotangent x is equal to negative 5 divided by root 11. But cotangent is adjacent divided by the opposite. Adjacent side, opposite side. And what will be the hypotenuse? It will be the square root of this squared plus that squared. Root 11 squared is 11. Negative 5 squared is 25. 25 plus 11 is 36. Square root of 36 is 6. And hence the hypotenuse is 6. So what will be sine x? Sine x is opposite divided by hypotenuse. Square root of 11 divided by 6. And hence y squared is equal to 1 plus the square root of 11 divided by 6. We are almost done. Whatever the value of y is said to be the whole of this expression. All right, let me use this place again. You can simplify this as 6 plus square root of 11 all divided by 6. So y is equal to the square root of 6 times 1 is 6 plus square root of 11 divided by 6. And hence, if you like, you can leave it like this. If you so wish, you can use your calculator to find the values in decimal. But one thing I know, we can multiply the top and the bottom, because if you want to find a square root of a sword, you have to make sure you have 2 here attached. So if we multiply the top and the bottom by 2, it will give us y equal to 12 plus 2 root 11 divided by 12, right? All under square root. So we can easily find the square root of this one. You have to think of 2 numbers you can multiply to get 11, but once you add them together, you get 12. The numbers are 1 and 11, because 1 times 11 is 11, and 1 plus 11 is 12. Therefore, the square root of the top will be square root of 1 plus square root of 11, right? So y will be equal to square root of 1, which is 1, plus square root of 11, all divided by the square root of 12. I want the square root of 12 because I know 12 is 4 times 3. Square root of 4 is 2, so it will be 2 root 3. 2 root 3. Should we continue? I know I can rationalize the bottom by multiplying the top and the bottom by just square root of 3. Well, I don't want to clean anything, but let me just do that. If you like, from here you can stop. I just feel like I can break it down. So our final answer, if you multiply the top by square root of 3, you have square root of 3 times 1 is still square root of 3. Square root of 3 times square root of 11 will be square root of 33, sorry. Divide by square root of 3 times square root of 3 is 3 times 2 is 6. So I think we can stop here because you cannot add these two sorts. They are not similar. Yeah, something like this. Thank you for watching. Do share to your learning colleagues and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more exciting videos. Bye-bye.